Okay, up next we had Sheamus versus The Miz.
Okay, I really don't have much to say about this match. This match was really telling the story of Miz trying to protect his face at all costs.
You're not Tyler Breeze. Stop trying to be him.
Thank you. So I didn't have to say it this week. I appreciate that. So he's trying to protect his face all this time. Commentary makes an interesting point. I just want to point this out very quickly. One, both guys are going to be in the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royal. We already knew that. But the second point, which I found more interesting, Bad News Barrett will be there, and he will present the championship to the winner. Yeah. So I'm curious if this is going to be maybe Barrett turning face and a heel winning the championship and maybe kind of snubbing him or even kind of getting a little bit of an assault on him. I'm just wondering what's going to happen at Battleground when Barrett presents the championship.
I don't know.
It's intriguing. And again, and I'll talk about it in our ending segments because I do have some remarks to make about how WWE has treated Battleground, but I'll probably do that during our Raw Request segment. But to end this particular review, Sheamus does go for a bro kick after he rolls out of a skull-crushing finale. Miz ducks and the boot gets lodged in the corner. Miz rolls Sheamus up for the schoolboy, and he actually gets the 3 count.
Yep, WWE is building Miz back up.
He beat Sheamus clean, folks. Let that process for a second. And you know what? I'm not even saying that negatively or positively because, as I said with this Raw, it just was. I don't know if that means that Miz is in line for a future United States Championship match or if this is just purely momentum for the Battle Royal. But either way, it's like Ashton said. Miz is getting built back up.
Yep. And hey, you know what? Like I said last week, he's probably the best heel going, but the ironic thing is he actually got a bit of a pop for this, so I may just see him as the best heel in my personal eyes.
Yeah, I mean, crowds are very fickle, I find, but we'll see if that reaction's consistent. I just think it was such an upset victory that they were caught off guard, and I feel like they were reacting more to the context of the moment rather than to the Miz, but that's my own personal opinion on the matter.
Maybe this crowd is just like a year and a half behind on everything. Like, they were popping for the Miz because a year and a half ago he was a babyface, and they were losing their minds for Jack Swagger and Zeb because a year and a half ago was when they debuted together, and I don't know, maybe this crowd was just really slow on the wrestling front.
Maybe. All right, you have anything else you want to say about this match?
Up next, we got a backstage segment, Orton, Kane, and Rollins. Orton says if they do their job at Battleground like they did tonight, nothing will stop me, specifically Orton, of course, from leaving as champion. Kane argues that maybe he leaves champion. Kane says that he has Orton's back as long as he has his. Triple H walks in, says they can trust each other because he does, and says that the title comes back to the Authority on Sunday so that they can finally have some control back. Triple H says that they need to take care of business and have trust tonight. And then when they leave, Stephanie walks in and just talks up how sexy Triple H is and then makes out and,
Yeah, that just seemed kind of unnecessary from where I was sitting. I think the best review for the whole talking segment was something you said when we were watching this together, and Triple H just came off as a real mob boss with how he was addressing the troops.
He really did. It was so, he even had, because his voice was kind of hoarse tonight, he kind of had, that, what was the name of the mob boss in Godfather, John?
Don Corleone?
Yep. He kind of had a Don Corleone kind of feel to him. Just getting that vibe a little bit. And, I mean, the plotting is obviously there, too.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, can the Authority regain power? I doubt it, but they've come through before when I haven't expected them to, so Battleground, at least that match, has some interest going for it.
Up next, Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango in one of the more entertaining segments of the night.
These two guys, I think, they always work. I enjoy both of them, from an in-ring perspective and from a just a character perspective. Dolph being the show-off, Fandango clearly being the dancer. These guys have a little bit of a back and forth, but it doesn't take long for it to break down in the name of dance.
Specifically in the name of Layla and Summer Rae dancing on the announce table. And I will say this, even though I can forgive them for it this time, the announcers had a Freudian slip tonight where they let loose the secret to their commentary in one line. Is this match still going on? Who cares?
Oh, man. Yeah, nothing really to say about that. It's just raw commentary being Raw commentary.
Dude,
So,
I'm not even joking. They straight up said that.
yeah, I know. I heard it, and I'm just like, it is what it is. I don't even know how many lines get fed to them anymore through their headsets. I'd honestly be curious, seeing this commentary today, I'd be curious to see how many lines Jim Ross got fed in his career, because that was one of the reasons why I initially wanted to be a commentator for a living, was I thought it was really organic, and he came up with the lines on the spot, just really, it was purely reactionary. I didn't know you had lines fed so much. But you and I remember a while back we saw a leaked SmackDown that showed like the edits and cuts. Michael Cole seemed to be talking to Vince McMahon constantly. So,
Well, he was talking to Vince and Kevin Dunn.
yeah, that's true. So it's got to be a very laborious job to say the least. So I don't blame them for just being like, we got two beautiful women. Let's just enjoy this segment for what it is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't blame them for it in this instance, because look at what you've got in front of you. But it still feels like the overall motto for Raw commentary.
Yeah. It really, well, I mean, if you notice with most matches, dude, it just breaks down with them, like making jokes on each other or picking fun of each other, or casual conversation completely unrelated to the match.
Yeah.
And that's
like, they worry more about putting each other and themselves over than the match.
I just feel like the art of actual professional wrestling commentary, as far as WWE is concerned, is totally dead. And it may have a slight pulse on other shows, NXT, but that's it. That's it. I hope Renee can actually really rise to the ranks, because I feel like if
was Renee part of an awkward segment tonight. I felt bad for her.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I felt so bad for her too. But anyway, shifting the focus back, because commentary's dead, so again, nothing really to talk about there. They get in the ring after Dolph scores the victory, because Fandango's so distracted by their dancing. Dolph hits the famouser, Billy Gunn 2.0, gets the victory. I would have preferred if he actually got it off the zigzag, but what can you do? He's celebrating in the post-match. Layla and Summer Rae come in. They both kiss Dolph on the cheek. They kind of dance for him a little bit, and they check out his ass, and they decide it's A-okay. So after Dolph's been objectified, he gets to walk away with not one, but two valets, while Fandango looks on and thinks to himself, where did my career go wrong?
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler's getting buried in pussy.
Oh my God, you went there. No comment. Do you have anything else you want to say about this?
No. Dolph Ziggler just won the entire world tonight. He won the match, and he got two girls who are apparently open to having an open relationship with him. Dolph Ziggler wins the world tonight.
Yeah, he wins the world, he wins the internet, he wins life. I don't care what any of you did with your day-to-day. I know I didn't do jack squat. Ziggler has us all beat. He has us all beat, and it's a shame.
I'm going to go ahead and claim it right now. I know that we're a segment ahead, but Dolph Ziggler is my high spot.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. With how this Raw was and how apathetic I was, I would almost want to co-sign, but I will save it, and I will save it for when we get to that segment. So,
right.
Great choice.